Yo, what's going on? Clearly no debate. Sorry I had to take a quick vacation, but I'm back to give y'all day two of town business. Took place pit style. Big shout out to King of the Dot. I love when they do the pit style stuff, man. That stuff is just dope to me. I like to see the battlers like right around there, everybody around them. It almost gives me like a Coliseum feel uh when it comes to looking at the battles, man. So big shout out for them doing the pit on day two. Day two of the card was pretty fire, man. I just want to go ahead and get into these battles, man, and let y'all know who won. Because, like I said, I already had all of this stuff written out. I just ended up taking a vacation or whatever, man, and couldn't get the work done or whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So Severe, he went up against Rob Compton. I thought this was a very interesting battle, man. Ron Compton, he came with the bars, man, but man, this was So Severe's battle, man. This was his moment. Ron Compton, he started off, man, and he was giving up the lines, man. The sauce was there, man. You know, he had them bars, man, and the bars was connecting with the people. He had the crazy, I put two arms to symbolize I'm airing you out, man. And that was, if you don't understand that line, man, you never seen Lion King, Simba, all that good shit. So I mean, it was a crazy bar, man, and it had made like the bar was so clever that it had a delayed reaction, and for some reason, I like delayed reaction bars because it's like you say it, it's fire. The crowd is thinking about it, and as soon as you get ready to go on to your next bar, they like, oh, like I love delayed reaction bars. The delayed reaction bars is fucking crazy to me. So Severe, man, he just was on another one, man. It was like he really, really wanted this battle. He really wanted this W. And So Severe, he came in, he just had the energy, he had the bars, he had the presence. He commanded the pit. He looked like a veteran Coliseum warrior, nigga. He was just up there like swinging the sword like he was on some Conan shit. He had the Family Guy, the Bulldog, Banana Clip Peanut Butter Jelly Time bar that was just fucking crazy as hell, man. I had the crowd rocking. And I ended up giving the first round to So Severe pretty clear. Like he ended up stealing the energy from Ron Compton, and to me, I felt like that this was going to be a good battle. Even in my predictions, I had picked Ron Compton to win this battle, but So Severe literally just came to basically steal the show, man, and he stole this battle from Ron Compton. We go into the second round. Ron still keeping the bars there, man. He had the crazy black hole magnum breaking murder catcher's mitt, breaking into catcher's mitt fire that was just nuts or whatever. And to me, I was like, okay, man, Ron Compton might be on to something weird because like his second round was a little bit more stronger than his first. But then So Severe comes back and So Severe just turned up even more, man. He had the crazy zoom in your crib, like the Full House intro that was fucking fire, man. I was like, yo, the thing that was so funny about this is I heard a lot of bars that were simple, but at the same time, it's like, damn, nobody never said that yet. So that was like that was the one thing that stood out to me about this bar. I mean, about this battle, especially the stuff So Severe was saying, because it was a lot of bars that was hitting, and I was thinking to myself, damn, why nobody never said that before? But that zoom in your crib like the Full House intro was just fucking fire, man. And I ended up giving him the second round. I thought he stole the second round from Ron Compton. I thought Ron's second was a little bit better than his first, and I thought that this was going to be the round he was going to win, but So Severe just came in and he stole it. All right, so we go into the third. Ron get into some real talk with him, and y'all know how I like that the real talk shit, man. I like as much as I like metaphors and I like punchlines, triple entendres, I really, 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 really love the real talk shit. The real talk bars is stuff that I know motherfuckers can feel. I know motherfuckers either grew up this way, went through this, or know somebody who went through it. So to me, those bars hold a dear place in my heart. So in my mind, as he's doing the real talk bars, I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to be the round that he's going to get over So Severe, because I already got So Severe going in 2-0. And then that he had the crazy find your baby, find your baby in the ditch, like why you home early bar. That was fucking nuts. And he just kept on doing his thing. And then next thing you know, So Severe, he turned up and he stole that round from Ron. And So Severe energy, I will say this. His energy from first to third did not stop. He kept that same energy. And that right there, the way he kept the energy, the way his presence was in that battle, it was like he stole what could have been a good victory for Ron, but he was just too much for Ron in this battle. He had to put you behind Compton, like put 50 behind your back, like put 50 behind your back, like put 50 behind Compton. It's a game album. That shit was just, it was fucking nuts, man. And like I said, without a doubt, I ended up giving this battle 30 to So Severe. Not taking nothing away from Ron Compton. I thought Ron was dope, but So Severe, it was his time, it was his moment. He seized it, he took it, and man, I hope to see more from So Severe, man. All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got Bobby Lee versus Reverse Live. This was a very interesting battle, man. Reverse Live goes first, man. He had the crazy Sierra Leone bar, man, that just had the crowd rocking. And Reverse Live, he was in it, man. He came. He showed basically, why he was one of the staples of battle rap, man. He was just defending himself, man. Bobby Lee, he just really wanted this battle a little bit more than me. He started out a little shaky in the first round. He picked it back up or whatever. He had the reverse. He had the Reverse Life, the straight dead bar that just, to me, I was like, yo, it was fucking fire. The one thing that stood out to me about Bobby Lee is, though he started out shaky, he didn't let that deter him away. And he ended up, to me, it was just one of those situations where it was like, this was my moment. I gave the first round to Reverse Live, but the last two rounds, it was all Bobby Lee, man. I mean, Reverse Life, he came back, dragging the chopper down the block like Silent Hill, man. That bar was crazy to me, man. I love Silent Hill, man. And I knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about when he said the line. So it was even crazier for me, because I was like, yo, I know exactly what the fuck this nigga talking about. In Reverse Life, he had that energy, man. He kept that same energy from the first on to the third, man. But it was just Bobby Lee's night. Even though he had a shaky first round, Bobby Lee just came with that smoke. Of course, he had the chopper out, reverse 360 Vince Carter bar. Bobby Lee in the second round, that was crazy. And in that second round, I ended up giving it to Bobby Lee pretty clear, because I thought he had the energy. He had changed up his energy. His bar seemed a little bit more poised. He seemed like he wasn't as shaky as he was in the first round, and he was just punching, man. We go ahead to the third, man. The Reverse Life had the crazy Bobby Digital line. That was just it was just fire to me, man. And to me, I think it flew over a lot of people's heads. They ended up catching it, but that Bobby Digital line was it was beyond fire, man. Bobby Lee, he comes back in the third, and he steals around from Reverse Life, man. He had the chrome 20s, but they 10s. I keep them clean bar. That shit was fucking fire as hell, man. Bobby Lee was just on one, man. I ended up giving this to Bobby Lee 2-1. I thought he dropped 21 verses on Reverse Life. Not taking nothing away from Reverse Life. I thought Reverse Life was very dope in this battle. It was just, like I said about the Ron Compton So Severe, it was just Bobby Lee's night. And if I'm not mistaken, I have to go back and look at my recaps, but I think I had Reverse Life winning this battle. So I'm basically 0-2 so far or whatever. But big shout out to Bobby Lee, man. Big shout out to So Severe, man, because both of those was deserved wins for both of them. All right, man, let's go ahead. Let's get into Saint versus Gray Fox. This was a crazy battle, but this kid Saint is just fucking ridiculously nice, dog. Like, Gray Fox, he was doing his thing, but man, Saint was just too much for him. He was way too much for Gray Fox in this battle. Gray Fox, he starts off the battle. He was getting busy. Of course, he did the whole "we don't fuck with rats." shit, we don't fuck with rats, you know. Shit, I still play the snake game from the Nokia phone. Like that shit was just, it was a crazy ass bar, or whatever. Because if you had a Nokia phone, you know what the fuck you're talking about. And Gray Fox, he had some stellar bars in the first round, but the one thing that stood out to me about Saint, not only did Saint have the bars, Saint had those, you got to think about him, bring them back bars. He had the presence, the cadence. He had great crowd control. He knew how to take the moment. He knew how to close down the moment. He had everything in this battle to beat Gray Fox. He had the Hot Bird Kiss of Phoenix like Scott Summers bar that was just fucking nuts in the first round. I mean, I ended up giving the first round to Saint. I thought not reverse life. I thought Gray Fox was pretty dope in the first round, but it was something more about Saint that Saint brought to that first round that just it almost like his first round was so powerful it made you forget everything Gray Fox had said. That's how it was. We go into the second round. Gray Fox turns up a little bit, man. He had the crazy, had to let a finger go like a Japanese gang bar that was just dope. It was out of my mind though. Like I actually liked that bar so much that I had replayed that bar a couple of times, man. Because I liked the setup and I liked how that punch landed because I knew where he was going with the bar, man. And it was a crazy, crazy bar from Gray Fox. He had a good second round or whatever, but here comes Saint again, man. Saint just had that crowd control. He had that presence. He had everything that you like in a battler, man. Of course, he had the I don't need no one to pick me. I made my own shot bar. That was just crazy, man. And I was like, okay, man, this kid. The one thing I'm gonna say about Saint, all he needs to do is clean up. He like got a little bit of choppiness in his flow. If he cleans that up, this kid is gonna be, he's gonna be like one of them dudes. Like he's gonna be one of them dudes over in King of the Dot. Like seriously, because he has the bars, he has the double entendres, he has the crowd control, he has the stage presence. This kid Saint has it all. I ended up giving him the second round. I thought he stole the second round from Gray Fox. Gray Fox ended up coming in the third round. He was spitting, man. Gray Fox. I think this was Gray Fox's best round personally. He kept the energy going, man. He had the crazy Beyblade line, man, that had the crowd fucking rocking. And then after that, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, this might be a round that Gray Fox could get. Saint comes back, man, and he just killed it, man. He literally killed everything Gray Fox said in that third round is still around, man. I'm giving this to Saint 30. I think he dropped 30 on Gray Fox, man. He had the crazy prove I'm a god on a mission. I'm on a mission Aries, man. Like that. This dude was like, he had the crazy God of War bar, man. Like Saint nice, man. Saint nice. All he got to do is clean up that choppiness in this flow, man. And Saint got something there, man. Real motherfucking talk. I'm not taking nothing away from Gray Fox. But Saint was just on a fucking whole nother level, man. And I ended up, like I said, I gave it to him 30, man. Like, salute to Saint, man. Shit. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into the ladies, man. Let's get into the ladies. Bonnie Godiva went up against RX. Now, if y'all seen my previous vlog when I was recapping Bonnie versus QB, I said Bonnie seemed real choppy in that QB battle, and I was like, maybe because she was preparing more for not great. She was preparing more for RX, and I was right because Bonnie was a little bit more, sounded more like Bonnie. She didn't in her QB battle. Bonnie literally sounded like she was reading the bars off of a paper. In this RX battle, she sounded a little bit better. She didn't sound like she was reading the bars off the paper. Bonnie sounded like that she was well prepared. She was well ready for this battle. And to me, it showed it. It showed it a little bit. Of course, you know, RX, she goes first. She had the crazy snake charmer bar, the bonfire, a couple of sticks bar that stood out to me. I was like, okay, RX is, you know, she with the shits. Bonnie comes back. You know, she had the crazy draw on your face like a mumble rapper. She had the RX in the back like a prescription ready. Like Bonnie came to play. And like I said, in that first round, Bonnie literally sounded like she was not reading her bars off of paper. It sounded like that she was spitting her shit like she knew her shit. I ended up giving the first round to Bonnie. RX comes back and she had the crazy credit for this bar line, you know, talk about, you know, the credit card stealing shit that Bonnie had in the past and all of that. She had then she went through the crazy Yonkers rappers bar from, you know, Locks, and then had the whole X gonna give it to you line that had the crowd rocking. And I thought that was a crazy, crazy round from RX. Bonnie comes back, you know, she had the whole Dragon RX under the table. It's a legal prescription bar that was crazy. Of course, you know, she took a shot at DNA. She took a hella shot. She took shots at a lot of people in this battle. Bonnie, I'm not even gonna lie, but she hold if I take photo, I'm fucking stumbling over my words. Said, you know, put the beat. I put the put the beats on you. You know, like DNA when he losing bar. Like Bonnie, she really came to play in this battle. But that second round, I had to give the RX because RX second round was just so fucking powerful. Then we get into a crazier third round from RX, man. She put, you know, she had the Nipsey jacket on and she got to turning up even more, man. Then she had the boyfriends that don't rap still practice their punches, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, not taking nothing away from Danny and what Disaster did that night and what Geechee did that night. But to me, that was probably the room shaker of the night. That bar was the room shaker of the night. And dog, like RX is fucking dope, man. She ended up stealing this battle from Bonnie. Like I said, Bonnie sounded a lot better. She didn't sound as choppy as she did versus QB. But this was RX night, man. And she came and she showed the fuck out, man. I mean, that bar was fucking nuts, dog. It was beyond nuts. And again, big salute to Bonnie, big salute to RX, man. They both did their thing. I enjoyed the battle, but I'm giving this to RX 2-1, man. Clear. I'm giving it to their clear. Next, we had XL versus Frack. Frack goes first, man. He had the Shawshank Andy Dufresne bar. That was fire. The one thing I liked about Frack had crazy energy. He had the voice projection, and he really commanded the presence of the crowd. I thought that was very, very dope coming from Frack. XL comes back, man. He had the shit I blast hit fraction to take half off. That bar was fucking nice as hell, man. And to me, I ended up giving the first round to Frack. I thought Frack had a crazier first round than XL. No. Let me stop there right there. I gave the first round to XL. It was the second round I gave to Frack. And I'm going to tell you why I gave that second round to Frack. Frack had the crazy Team Hami breakdown. I don't know why I was thinking about this, but yes, Frack had the crazy Team Hami round in the second round. And that's why I gave it to Frack, because of the whole Team Hami breakdown that he was doing versus XL. The shit was funny as hell. He had the XL spreadsheet bar that was nuts. He had the Team Hami, like I said, he had the Team Hami breakdown that was fucking fire from beginning to end. And I ended up giving that second round to Frack, even though in XL second round he had the fire rebuttal about him if I'm the intern, you about to get this work for free. He had I seen dude get shot in the playground, so I couldn't trust fund. Like, you know, XL, he had some bars in that second round, man, but Frack was just strong as fuck. He was strong as fuck in that second round, man. And right now, when we was going into the third, I had it 1-1. I had XL getting the first. I had Frack getting the second. We get into the third. You know, Frack had keep him out of the picture, bar that was fire. He had the whole breaking down the things, how XL is God and this. And it was a very interesting round from Frack, but to me, it wasn't enough. That round, it wasn't enough. And XL ended up taking this battle, man. He had to put you close to danger, but not really in it. This is advice for you. That was crazy. He had the stereotype breakdown, and then had the you left the world your people own just so you could come be a guest in my bar. Man, I damn near fucking threw my laptop across the damn room when he said that bar, because that bar was fucking fire and it was strong as hell. Now I'm gonna say this can be a 2-1 either way. If you have Frack winning this battle, I'm not mad at you, but I'm giving this battle to XL. I thought XL did enough, especially enough in that third round to win this battle. This was a crazy third round from XL, man. And salute to XL, salute to Frack, man, because I thought it was a crazy battle. I thought Frack, he ended up showing improving, but this was XL night, man. I ended up giving it to XL. Next, we get into Caustic, the return of Caustic versus the return of Thesaurus. This was a funny battle. I like the energy in this battle from both of them, man. I really thought that this battle was fire as hell. The first round was on Caustic. Caustic, man, he just seemed like he never lost a step. He had the how can you say I don't struggle, dog? I'm staring in the face of adversity bar. That bar was funny as fuck, dog. That bar was funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, man. Caustic is a funny dude. He funny and he lyrical as hell, man. That bar was funny as hell. But Thesaurus, man, he just showed that he wasn't too off in his game either, man. He had he started off with, that verse was that was a weak verse from me, and if y'all know the story that, the source was supposed to have roll bars for Caustic, then, you'd understand why that line was funny. To me, a lot of people didn't catch it in the crowd, but that bar was fire. The source had, I seen it firsthand. Caustic wouldn't put hand on soul. That bar was crazy as hell. If you know the story, don't need for me to go into the situation, but I ended up edging the first round to Thesaurus, man. Even though I thought Caustic's first round was dope, I ended up edging the first round to Thesaurus. Caustic comes back in the second round, man, and he literally he turned up, man. He started breaking down Thesaurus's relationships. Keep talking about he keep investing into trash relationships, and Caustic was just on one, man. And then of course Caustic ended up taking a crazy shot at Deer's braids, whatever, and all of that. Caustic's second round was so fucking fire though, man. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from what Thesaurus did, but Caustic's second round was just beyond fire. Thesaurus, he had a crazy fire rebuttal. He choked. And then he brought it back and he kept it going. I ended up giving the second round to Caustic, man. He choked or whatever. He brought it back. And in my mind, even though he brought it back and he still had a stellar second round, in my mind, you choked, you lost the round, man. That's, to me, I still go by the original rules of battle rap. You choke, you lose a round, man. Caustic comes back, man. He had the stepfather bar, because the source was talking about he used his dad. Caustic had the stepfather bar that was just beyond retarded, man. And I was like, yo, man, this is Caustic's battle to win. The source comes back in the third round, man. He had the crazy circle of life bar. That was really, really nice. And this was, like I said, this was really a really good battle. I'm giving this one 2-1 to Caustic, pretty clear though. I thought Caustic, even in his return, Caustic showed no rust, man. He was just beyond fire. The source, he showed a little bit of rust in the second round, but this was Caustic's, man. Caustic 2-1 clear. Next, we get into the battle that should have happened the day prior, but it ended up happening the second day due to head ice, and whatever he was going through. Geechee Gotti versus Head Ice was an interesting battle, man. I thought this battle was gonna be a lot on paper. This battle could have been a lot better than what it turned out to be, but Geechee Gotti 30. Geechee Gotti 30, the former two-time King of the Dot champion. Geechee Gotti 30 Head Ice, man. I ain't the one thing that I always heard people say about Head Ice is that it's hard to beat him. 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 And it is up until he faced Geechee Gotti, man. Like Geechee Gotti, he goes first, man. He had the whole gunny, man. Geechee Gotti was punching from the fucking gate, man. But it was like I didn't want to write all of the bars down because the battles haven't dropped yet. And he had the crazy, gunny your mouth stop wolfing bar, man. He had the when the case come out. When the case come out, you go look at the tech different. Like, dog, that bar was fucking dope as hell from Gotti, man. That bar was fire. Head Ice comes back, man. He had some good shit in his first round, man. He had the whole, if Ice don't show up to an event, that means I don't want to be around y'all bar. To me, that bar was fire as hell, man, because he kept it real. Like, he kept it real like a real nigga would. Like, man, if I don't want to be around y'all, I ain't going to be around y'all niggas, period. And he had the crazy MC Ran bar, the crazy MC Ran Ruthless bar. That was fire. Of course, he had the, after that, like, it was just like a really, really good first round from Head Ice, but I still thought Geechee had enough to take that first round. Geechee comes back, man, had the headshot, blood land on A Ward, turn Ice into holy water bar. That fucking rocked the room, man. Geechee Gotti he kept turning up, and he was showing why he was the champion of the year, man. Like, why he's the current champion of the year, man, and why he's aiming for possibly being the first ever two-time champion of the year with the work he's been putting in this year. Of course, Head Ice, he comes back, whoever's spilling beans, go make it hot like with Hand You Right Whip bar. That was fucking fire as hell. If you ever seen State Property, then you know where the line come from and all of that shit like that. That shit was beyond dope. Man, but to me, he ended up choking, man. He couldn't get it. He couldn't get it back. Got it back. Couldn't get it back. Then he ended up ended up woofing out that bitch, like, woof. So I ended up giving that second round to Gotti. Gotti comes back with with the real talk that we all know. Gotti fought in his third rounds, man. He got to talking that street shit, man, and it was like, nigga, I was feeling that shit, man. And beyond with a shadow of a doubt, the one thing that stood out to me about Gotti, man, is that the presence, man, like every bar you can hear this nigga say, it's like you could feel that shit, dog. Like you don't have to be a Crip, you don't have to be a SA, you don't have to be a Blood. If you just grew up in the hood, man, hood niggas, you did hood shit, dog. Man, you could feel that shit. Like he had the young black 6 feet. I know plenty of niggas that fit that description bar, man, like that. Gotti was in a whole nother bag, man. Ice comes back. He had he had a pretty decent third round. To me, the standout bar from Ice was, you was a URL slave trade, so me and Organic had to pay half of this body. That was a fire bar. And then he ended up woofing out again, man. Geechee Gotti 30. This was an ugly 30. Like I said, all in all, I give day 2 scale of 1 to 10. I give it an 8. It had some crazy battles, some crazy moments, man. A little bit of choking, stumbling here, man. But everybody was some people was able to get it back, man. So I'm not knocking in. Like I said, I thought day 1 was fire. If you haven't seen my recap of Diaz versus Danny Myers, I had to do that by itself because again, that was like a 30-minute vlog on its own, man. And I didn't want y'all to be sitting through like an hour and some change of me talking some shit. So, man, again, I got a couple of new things coming to the channel that I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to get my edit game together. So hopefully, once I start doing that, I'm going to be editing up and putting, little music in the background of my shit. And I'm going to show you my vision of how I really see battles once I get all of that together, man. But again, thank you for all the people that have been showing me so much love. Thank you for all of the people that have been coming through, man. Big salute to K and Get a Dot. You know, they ended up coming through showing me love on my day one recap, man. And it's just been so much love since I've been getting. I'm going to keep on pushing, man. So I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.